Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell from California. He also serves on the House Judiciary Committee and Homeland Security Committees. Congressman, thanks for being here. You called Congresswoman McIver's arrest a red line and accused the administration of prosecuting Trump's perceived political enemies. Let me read some of your post. You say, quote, "This is just the beginning. We must take whatever we've done before to show dissent and go one rung higher." What does that look like to you? What are you prepared to do?
Yeah, well, first, as far as my colleagues and I, we are family. And the way we see this is that if you mess with one person in the family, you mess with the entire family. And so we all have LaMonica's back here. And we're with her, and she's going to beat these charges, I promise you. It probably won't even get to a jury. A judge will probably throw it out, and if a judge doesn't throw it out, a jury is going to throw it out. And I say that as a former prosecutor who has made decisions around cases like this. But to your viewers, like, if they can go after someone like Congresswoman McIver, somebody who serves in an official office, who's doing her official duties, they are coming for you. And so the only way we can stop that is if we link arms and we go to the town squares and the town halls and peacefully dissent. So more people, more places. That's what we have to do. We have a day of action coming on June 14. It's No King's Day. I'm going to be out in the community, and I know other Americans are as well. But the other part of this, if you want to just break down the facts, they let her in the facility after there was an arrest of the mayor. So if she was so violent, if she was such a threat, why did they let her in? I mean, that's why this is such nonsense. But she will not be the last person they seek to indict. And that's what must concern all of us. And that's why House Democrats are going to stick together to make sure that we see this as a red line.
And again, she is facing the charges. She's technically not been arrested. She says she looks forward to her day in court, but she's there, she says, for oversight. This is congressional oversight. That's something that is not only allowed, but it's the responsibility of Congress to do when it comes to these different governmental agencies. How's that supposed to work?
Well, typically, we would be able to give them notice when we visit a facility, and the law says you don't have to give them notice. But they're not worthy of much of a heads up because of the amount of lies that they've told the American people and the amount of lies that they've been called out on by judges across the country. And last week we saw in the Homeland Security Committee, Secretary Noem would not even acknowledge that they are detaining somebody indefinitely at a death camp in El Salvador based on photoshopped, doctored evidence. And so if they're willing to lie and doctor evidence to put someone in jail for an indefinite amount of time, we can't trust them. So we have to do our oversight duties. And she was in the right to go and do that. And I promise you, there's going to be more unnoticed visits by my colleagues where they show up, and they better be let in.
You pointed out this sort of cognitive dissonance in terms of how this unfolded, in that Newark's mayor was arrested that day, but now the charges against him are dropped. What do you make of Congresswoman McIver then being charged for her actions on that same day at that same demonstration, but she wasn't arrested that day? How do you square it?
It's complete political theater, and the U.S. attorney, who's not even confirmed by the Senate, Ms. Haba, is completely unqualified, and she has no idea what she's doing. We saw this when she represented Donald Trump, the citizen, where he lost multiple cases under her representation, and she was called out by the court a number of times for not knowing the rules of evidence and other procedures. So that's why I think a judge is probably going to throw this out, but they would. You're going to see a jury throw it out if it makes it to a jury. This will not meet the test of beyond a reasonable doubt.
So these are charges or a complaint, criminal complaint. Just to make sure our viewers understand, this has to go before a jury for an indictment. That grand jury would then bring forward the indictment. This morning there on Capitol Hill, we were just covering the president trying to shore up his support with his Republican allies there on this big, beautiful bill. Some in the more conservative wing of this party say they want to see more cuts to benefits like Medicaid. What say you?
Well, Donald Trump is visiting Congress this morning when he should be visiting a grocery store or a Home Depot, because right now Americans want to know, what are you going to do to bring down the costs of our goods? I had a birthday party over the weekend for my 8-year-old, and I had to make an emergency trip to Home Depot to fix a leaky garden hose for a backyard pool party. And I was stunned to see two things. One, the prices are certainly going up, but two, how empty the Home Depot was on a weekend. And most people who go to Home Depot know that's the worst time to go. That's when people are doing their weekend, backyard activities. So Americans are feeling these costs, and they want a president who sees them and is going to do something to bring them down. This bill is only going to help the richest among us by taking away from the least capable to afford health care among us. And so I'm going to vote against it. And there are still Republicans right now who are not so sure that they want to take this vote.
Yeah, the president said Democrats want to increase taxes by 68%. He also said only he and Republicans are trying to cut costs of drug prices, he claims, by up to 85%. Just want to give you a chance to respond to those specifics.
He should bring that bill to the Congress. I would vote to reduce health care prices by 85%. The problem is his Republican friends in Congress, they don't want that bill. And many of Donald Trump's supporters don't want that bill. I'm absolutely for it. We should make that a law. But he's just, cheap talk and no action. And that's why you'll never see us take a vote on that. He could put that in the reconciliation bill, and he'd have at least one Democratic vote right here.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining
pleasure.
us.